الحمد لله رب العالمين الرحمن الرحيم مالك يوم الدين إياك نعبد وإياك نستعين اهدنا الصراط المستقيم صراط الذين أنعمت عليهم غير المغضوب عليهم ولا الضالين.
Assalamu alaikum. Whether you're Muslim or not, you are probably very familiar with the word halal at the very least, and the opposite of it, which is haram. Simply, halal is that which has been made permissible or lawful, and haram is the opposite, that which is impermissible or that has been made unlawful for Muslims. During the month of Ramadan, Muslims abstain not just from that which is haram or forbidden, but we also voluntarily give up that which is halal. We refrain from the eat and drink and sexual matters or relations that have all been made halal or permissible for us. And therein lies the paradox. If we can abstain from that which is halal for an entire month, then surely when we start or resume consuming that which is halal, surely that is enough to suffice to allow us to not want or desire to indulge in that which is haram. If we can abstain from that which is halal for an entire month, surely we can abstain from that which is haram or unlawful to us. On that note, we welcome you to episode 3 of the video series known as Iftar Insights, produced by Fuzz Events and Entertainment Limited, together with Impressions Studio. Tonight, we will be joining with members of the Dawah village and Esperanza Masjid, and a Jamaat that has been established since the 1900s, and yet still it is not, I understand, the oldest Jamaat in the country. We've been graciously invited by members of this Jamaat, and I understand that tonight we are also joining in the birthday celebrations of one of the elder members of the masjid. So it certainly promises to be something that will be, at the very least, quite interesting and different. Join us now for episode 3 of Iftar Insights at the Dawah Village Esperanza Jamaat in Central Trinidad. So today we have arrived a little bit late at the masjid for the Asr or evening congregational prayer. That does not mean that we are exempt. It means now that we've got to enter into the masjid because this is mandatory prayer and offer the Asr Salah or the evening prayer on our own. So. Welcome to the Dawah Village Jamaat. In almost every masjid that you attend, there will be some sort of parda or separation between the men and the women. At this particular masjid here, Dawah Village Esperanza ASJA Masjid, there is a parda that separates the front area where the men pray and the back area where the women pray. Now, there is no major difference in terms of the setup. It's simply an open space for the men to pray. The men are at the front usually, and the women are at the back. There are some masjids, however, that you go to, and depending on the design of the masjid, the construction of the masjid, it may be split down the middle so that the men pray on the right half of the building and the women may pray on the left half of the building. The Dawah village employs the front-back setup. This beautiful wooden parda, or separation as it is called, is what separates the men from the women here at the Dawah village masjid. And for today only, we're going to give you a little peek as to what the women's side looks like. So as you can see, it is a very similar setup to the men's side. There's nothing special, spectacular, or different about it. There's just a parda that separates one praying space from another. Simple.
Brothers and sisters, First Eid has been blessed in all different ways. Today, how many of us who reach the age of 60 years, and who will be the age of 60 years, has their mother alone? How many of us reach this age of 50 years or 40 years, has their mother alone, or both parents? This is a gift of the Lord. He has been blessed with wealth, with health, and most importantly, he is blessed with his mother. Most of us don't have a mother around. Today, was it Google's book? The mother, the sound that was seen on the video. I had to tell him off the station, of the television station. My wife didn't ask me any question. She didn't ask me why I did that. But she knew why I did that. Faisal is here. Said is here. They have the brother. But we don't have us. Most of us don't have who are over 50 years old. Said is this. I will keep it vigilant. He has invested his mother. The Chachi, you have a loving son. Allah bless you, and bless your entire, all your children. Two siblings here. Allah bless them. You all are blessed, both of you. Don't, who have their parents, who miss it. Not 1 second, do not lose an opportunity. I wish I had an opportunity. You know what I thought. If you're looking at that hand or your foot, do it. May Allah SWT bless each one of us. This person so you can see them. And Brother Uji, throughout my family also.
Takbir! Takbir! Takbir!
Amin. Allahumma rabbi al-bida wa titamati wa salati wa qiamati ati Muhammadin as-salat wa khudil abwada wa rida wa makama mahmuda lilladhi yadruhu la tukhlifu al-mi'ad. Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Allahumma aslamtu laka wa tawakkaltu ala rizqika aftartu bi rahmatika ya arhamar rahimin. Bismillahi wa ala barakatuh.
Alhamdulillah, we are all smiles after delicious iftar and dinner here at the Dawah Village Esperanza Masjid. I have to say in hindsight that it certainly was a pleasure, to say the least, in being here today. From the moment you enter this masjid, when you enter the yard, it feels like a perfectly well manicured garden. Everything seems so well run, and all the systems here function so efficiently, as you would have seen in the way that just the way that they do things, the way the program was executed, the way that the salah was organized, the way that the kitchen and the distribution of the meals was organized, and just the general discipline that you can sense amongst the Jamaat members as well. So kudos indeed to the management committee of the Dawah Village Esperanza Masjid. And just to give you an idea of just how organized and people-centered they are, this is the card, the refrigerator magnet that I received today, in fact, that all the members of the masjid received today, basically holding all of the members of the management of this masjid accountable and putting them within your reach. They're just one phone call or WhatsApp message or Viber call or WhatsApp call or whatever away from you. Every single member of this Jamaat walked away with one of these today so that they can easily get in touch with any member of their Jamaat. It has certainly been a pleasure to be here today. Just before we close, I have the pleasure and privilege of sitting next to, well, quite a panel. We won't have time to chat with all of them, but for now, I'd like to introduce you to the president of the Jamaat. And we were chatting earlier, and I was asking him, basically, if it is possible that he can explain to those who are baffled by the notion of so many Muslims rushing to sponsor these iftars, rushing to put themselves into expense to fund huge iftar setups, iftar and dinner setups like this. Surely there must be a reason or a motivation. So in closing tonight, we would like to find out and share with you what is the reason or motivation for Uncle, who is celebrating his 60th birthday, to have invested so much of his savings into this celebration. And he said during our conversation earlier that he was saving and waiting for 4 years, should God have spared his life, for 4 years to be able to celebrate his birthday in this way by sponsoring an iftar at the masjid. I would now like to ask the president of the masjid to share with us the reason why that motivation exists.
Thank you very much, and we are very pleased to have you all with us here this afternoon and to share with us the breaking of the fast. The reason one would rush to do something like this, as we know, life comes from Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, but the reward of the fasting person, it is said that by our Holy Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam, that the reward of the fasting person, if you provide the iftar for him to break that fast, you get the same reward that that fasting person will get, without the fasting person one diminishing in any way. So imagine roughly 150 people here, and you would have provided iftar for all of them to break fast and dinner, the immense rewards that will be coming your way. So inshallah, you know, the rewards will be there when we need it most, when we meet our Maker. And we encourage all our brothers and sisters, you know, even to join together as a group to give iftar and dinner. So we will have, you know, iftar and dinner almost every day in this masjid here. So the rewards is substantial. And as Muslims, we know that. We have firm faith in that. And we would want to rush to do something like this.
Inshallah, that was a beautiful explanation. So in closing now, I would just like to mention, or acknowledge rather, one of the gentlemen sitting next to me, and that is Mr. Mokit Aziz. He is one of the members of the Aziz family. If you're familiar with the Abdul Aziz Trust or the various initiatives that the Aziz family engages in, this is or could be considered one of the home bases, the home masjids of the Aziz family. In fact, home base, I understand, the matriarchal house is just opposite this masjid. So Uncle Mokit, glad to have had the opportunity to meet up with you again, and best wishes on the upcoming dinner as well that you'll have coming up in June. It's on June the 22nd, I believe. June 22nd, so make sure you get your tickets, because tickets for the Abdul Aziz Trust. See? It sells like hot bread, so make sure you get your tickets early. And finally, in closing, Uncle, I pray on behalf of myself and all the members of this Jamaat that the intention that you made 4 years ago, that the effort that you've been making from the time you made that plan to now, and the execution of the iftar today, I pray that Almighty Allah bless you with all that you deserve and then some, and that everything that He has promised you will be yours and that you will be blessed furthermore with everything else halal, inshallah, that your heart desires. Happy birthday, assalamu alaikum, Ramadan Mubarak, and early Eid greetings in advance, because your birthday is like an Eid as well. So, so it's Eid celebrations early, but a birthday Eid of the sort. So Uncle, assalamu alaikum, happy 60th birthday. And God willing, we will catch you again tomorrow for another edition of Iftar Insights. Stay tuned. We'll share the links with you in the description below as to how you can connect with us on Facebook, YouTube, and other digital platforms as well. On behalf of Fuzz Entertainment and Impression Studio, thank you and assalamu alaikum.